Hey guys, how's it going? Culprit here, and tonight I'm going to give you a little bit of a different video. I'm going to tell you a story. In that story, I'm going to tell you basically how I wish the game was played. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I've talked about this type of thing a lot, and I'm going to show it to you in this video that this is how I play. This is probably the video I am the most proud of that I have uploaded to this channel thus far. I want to apologize for my voice, it's a little off. It's a long one, I do apologize for that now. But if there's one thing you take away from my channel, through all the tips, all the tricks, all the tactics, all the strategy, it is the message that will be in this video. And if everybody played like this, this game would be immensely better. So we start out, this is Conquest Large on Grand Bazaar. It is, I believe it's a 32-man server, so it hangs around 30 man, something like that. I have a couple buddies playing with me, Delpete with one. And we just start out, and we just start steamrolling them. We do pretty well. We're just rolling around the map. I don't feel like they were very prepared to begin with. So we managed to get them all capped out. And very quickly, really quickly into this match, we pretty much had them spawn trapped. And it became apparent that they just did not have their act together. They were really not, I mean, they were fighting, so I do give them credit for that. But they weren't really fighting to get out at all. And you can see, I mean, on this map, it's pretty easy to spawn trap somebody. There's only a couple ways out. And you'll see our tank, our LAV driver, was just destroying them. I mean, he was spawn camping with zero shame. And I'll show you, you'll see his score in a little while, and it's kind of what made me do what I wanted to, what I had to do. So you see me here, and we're camping. I mean, this is over the course of probably 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes. I don't think it was that long. This entire match was about an hour. So, because it was, look at the ticket count, it's over 1,000. And you know, we did this probably for 10 minutes where we had him spawn trapped. I got tired of it. It's not fun, and this is what happens. You know, I take to the all chat and I ask the guys, hey, why not fall back to B and let them out and let's play a real game. You know what? I figured it was gonna fall on deaf ears, but I had to try because I wasn't having fun. Well, how much fun is it watching a door, hoping somebody throws a set of balls and runs at you, and then you get a kill? And yeah, sure, it's great for your KD, but I didn't care, and I cut it out here. But I started doing crazy things, running into the out of bounds, trying to do stuff like that. So you know, I was getting bored. I was getting stir crazy, you know, and that's I just don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy spawn camping somebody for what would have been another half an hour. So I moved back to B. I had a couple of reactions that people said yes, sure. I moved back to B. It became apparent nobody was moving back. I looked at that scoreboard. You saw my tanker. He was like 50-0, and he's just spawn trapping the hell out of him. So you know what? I said screw it. I had two choices. I can leave the server, which I didn't really want to do because I had a couple friends on there like Delpete and stuff like that. And I don't like to quit things, especially games in here. I don't like to run away. So I said screw it. I switched teams, and I was like, let me see what the heck I can do, you know? Let's see if I can have an effect, because this is why I play the game, to challenge myself, to get better, to, you know, I don't follow the path of least resistance. You know, the game is supposed to be challenging. Now, this is a little misleading. This is not my first spawn on the other team. The first spawns, couple spawns, I died several times trying to take out the tank. He was very good. I give him credit for that. This was probably my third or fourth life. I spawned in and decided I'm not going to play with the tank. I'm going to see if I can break out. And you see these guys, they've almost just settled to the fact that they're spawn trapped. And they're so afraid of dying that they never really give it a shot. This is my first attempt to try and break out after these guys have been probably spawn trapped for over 20 minutes. I mean, you look at the tickets. I mean, they've lost 500 tickets since, you know, when I switched teams, since I proposed that we back off and let them out, basically. So I make a run, first time. You just got to be aggressive. You got to not care about your KD. You're probably going to die a lot, but who cares? You know, you're playing an objective-based game. That's the point. So I get on this point. It doesn't move right away, so I know somebody's here. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? And then boom, guy right there, head glitched, almost an impossible shot. And of course, it's my buddy Delpete. I get in chat, I cut it out. What are you doing there? And he actually felt bad because, you know, he realized what was going on now that I switched teams, and I was really trying to play. I was trying to make this a match. So let's see. Spawned right in on me, or spawned right in front of me. So he had obviously died, and he spawned there and just happened to run into me. So I laughed at that. That was pretty good. Of all people, 60 people, yeah, 30-something people on the server, and I run into him. So anyway, this is my very next spawn. One of my other squad mates had actually made a break to the left. He died right as I was spawning on him, but I was able to continue the run, and I went this route. I'm just trying to give my guys a place to spawn out of. If we can break that spawn trap, you know, then it's a new game. And we can just give them a run. I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point that we're gonna lose. I mean, we have a huge deficit right now, You know, but I want to see. Like, this is where you can challenge yourself, guys. Don't sit there and spawn trap somebody for 30 minutes. I mean, pad your KD and just ruin the game for somebody. Now, I mean, I know a lot of you are going to say, hey, it's their fault for getting spawn trapped. Yeah, that's sure. That's fine. I mean, great. Pound your chest. Be proud of that. Okay. Now what? Now sit down and think about it. All right, am I going to really sit here and guard a doorway for 30 minutes? Is that fun? Yeah, I'm the best man in the world. I just spawn trapped the other team. And it is a good feeling. I had a hand in that. Don't get me wrong. But when it becomes apparent that they're not going to get out, you know, without something happening, it's why not, you know, let's think about it. Am I going to have more fun sitting here shooting at a doorway prone for 30 minutes on a 1,000-ticket server? And is that going to be fun for me? Or what's going to be more fun? Either switching teams or letting them come out, letting them, you know, be a good sport about it, showing some sportsmanship. You're almost restarting the match, you know, yes, but you're keeping your advantage. I mean, it's a win-win for you in my eyes. So to me, that stuff's not fun. So that's what I did. And I knew kind of we were going to lose, but you know what? I played my ass off. I tried so hard on this. I had my try-hard pants on like you wouldn't believe. Because I felt like if I could turn this around, it would have been epic. So I mean, like I said, this match was for an hour. And we literally, I mean, my team, I don't know if any of you are on my team. I'm not speaking to every person on my team. I'm speaking to my team by and large. They were just severely unorganized. They didn't have any coordination. Now, you know, part of that maybe we could have been a voice comms. They were random, so of course that's a limitation of the game. But it's just we couldn't hold anything. I mean, you just watch. I cut everything. I mean, I must have capped. I have no idea how many flags I capped. But the problem was I wasn't able to stay and defend them because I had to just keep capping them. And this guy, this is my first run-in with this guy. What was his name? WM, whatever the heck. He was an incredible class act. Now, let's take a look at this clown. He is 100 Eagle. He played, I mean, what is that? That's over 500 hours? I have no idea. It's apparent he's never seen a pair of boobs in his life because he never leaves mom's basement. He is 100 Eagle, so he's obviously, you know, going to be on the spawn trapping team because why would he want to look for a challenge and maybe play on the underdog team? He's using a USAS, and he's planting claymores all over the place. And that right there, he's like a, just, if you could put together a super douche Battlefield 3 player, he's all wrapped into one. It's amazing. And I mean, I had tons of run-ins with this guy over an hour. I mean, and he owned me. He killed me. Like, I mean, I was probably 5 and 15 against him. If even that, it might have been worse. Because unfortunately, Battlefield 3 stops keeping track on your little matchup numbers at a certain rate. I think it stopped at like 3 and 15. It stopped telling me. I don't know if it ran out of room. I don't know, but it was pretty funny. But yeah, me and him butted heads a lot, and he just seemed to always show up wherever I was, whatever move I tried to make. And the goddamn USAS, I mean, it's nerfed, sure, but it's still, God, it's still a pain in the ass. And, you know, to see a guy like that, and, you know, here I am talking about what I'm talking about with this video, about sportsmanship and playing for a challenge and challenging yourself and trying to, you know, do the right thing, I guess you could say. And, you know, don't just settle for spawn trapping for 30 minutes and taking the path of least resistance. Try to get better, you know, and that's a message I'm trying to convey. And then there's this guy in here who has played this game in an incredibly unhealthy amount of time, and he's got every gun available, every unlock available, and yet he chooses to run support kit with 2 claymores and the USAS and just run around and ruin people's day. And yes, he's playing within the rules. Yes, it is Conquest, and you can make an argument it's all strategic. I don't have a problem with it too much. It's just, I feel like, come on. You really, I mean, that's how you're going to play the game. And it just drives me crazy. And these guys, like I said, he's just, you know, I don't want to hear these guys coming over from COD or anything like that. It's not about that anymore. It's just about, you know, a douchebag's a douchebag's a douchebag. And it doesn't matter what game he played previously. I don't care if it was Call of Duty, Checkers, or Twister. You know, he's a douchebag. He probably, you know, looked for every advantage in every game. So, hey, whatever. You know, I got tunnel vision. I tried to go at him a bunch of times. He had my number. And if he watches this, yes, I'm calling you out, sir. But, you know, hey, you destroyed me. And I hope you sleep better at night. But I'm incredibly proud of this gameplay. And I hope you guys will understand that this is what I'm about. Not taking the easy way out. Not using the cheesiest weapons. And for that, I will label you a douchebag, sir. There you are, 100 Eagles. Sport kit with claymores and the USAS. It's just a class act. you are by far the best player at Battlefield 3 I've ever seen. Yeah, okay. But anyway, enough of that. Because it feels like whining, but you get my point. I was incredibly frustrated, to say the least. But anyway, like I said, I played my ass off. I ran around hard. And I just wanted to see what kind of an effect I could have. I was having a pretty good day. We played a bunch of games of TDM. I had a buddy of mine over. We rotated. He played some games. I played some games. We were actually doing really well. You know, I was happy with my skills. They were finally coming back around. So, like I said, this wasn't a 1,000-ticket server. It was literally a TDM server, and it must be an adaptive server because then I logged in, and it was a 1,000-ticket Conquest, which is asinine. How did I die there? I put how many bullets into his face? And 75 damage, yet the USAS had time to come back and take me out. And I was full health. I had not been hurt. That's ridiculous, frankly. Yeah, I almost backed out of the server right away, but then I noticed that my buddy Delpete had joined on me, so I felt really bad. I didn't want to look really douchey. Here's another, you know, epic gameplay by Mr. WM, whatever the hell his name is. And there you go. There's the Claymore. So when you can't win gunfights, I guess you got to use the USAS and Claymores. You know, good job for you, sir. I hope you didn't, you know, learn a thing or two in your 100 eels or whatever the hell you are. So, yeah, like I said, I was just going to leave because I don't do 1,000-ticket servers. I think they're absolutely asinine. But I decided to stay because Delpete was on, and there was actually one or two other guys in there that I believe were subs. Post a comment if you were. There was too many people in and out to keep track, especially while I was spawn trapped that people were putting out, obviously. So I decided to hang around. I kind of knew I wasn't going to play the whole match, or I definitely didn't think I was going to play the whole match. But then, you know, as this match went on, I literally several times almost stopped the record button. But then my buddy's like, no, you know what? Just keep recording. Especially then when I decided to switch teams. I was like, let's see, because if I could pull this off, it'd be epic. But, you know, obviously you can see the score now. We just had too much of a hill to climb. But like I said, there was a couple of us. My squad gave it their all. They tried. They spawned on me pretty good. You know, but it's just we had too much of a deficit to overcome. But like I said, this is probably one of those gameplays that I'm most proud of on my channel. And you can see my KD is not great. I'm well under 1. But that's, you know, I was trying to play the objective. I was trying to turn the game around. I was trying to cap flags. I was trying to win. You know, I was trying to turn what was a certain defeat, looked like a hopeless cause. I was trying to win. And I wish more people would play like that, and they wouldn't be content to. And when I say, you know, stare at a doorway and spawn camp somebody, obviously that goes for the winning team, but it goes for the losing team too, because I feel like a lot of people just, they accept that they're spawn trapped, and next thing you know, they're spawning in as recon, and they're trying to snipe here, snipe there. Nah, you gotta try to push out. You gotta find a way. You gotta take that tank down first, and you gotta try to push out. As you saw, I made 2 attempts, one completely by myself, and made it out. So it's possible. You can do it. You're gonna have to win a gunfight or 2 or 3, but even if you don't make it out, if you win 2 gunfights, well, hopefully there's a guy right behind you that's going to make a run too, and now he's only got to win 1 gunfight. And if you keep trying, you'll thin him out. And you just, bottom line, you can't give up, you know. I think people just get too passive. They accept too much that they're going to lose, and they just sit there and they worry about dying. And it's a damn shame, because the game can be a lot of fun. I mean, this is an incredibly lopsided game. I wasn't even very close to positive KD, and yet I had a lot of fun. I mean, I was completely exhausted afterwards. Like I said, it was about an hour long. I never stood still. I was, you know, I died a lot. I killed a lot. I was trying to cap a lot of flags that were at points crucial, because if we didn't cap it, we would be trapped again. So, you know, it was a lot of fun. It was a good battlefield match. Not one that I want to play very often. This is pretty funny. It looks like a huge sniper kill, but somebody actually hit one of my mines. It's me and my buddy were wondering what the hell happened. We couldn't figure it out, and then looking at the recording, I didn't see the vehicle disable, vehicle kill at the time. So, like I said, guys, you know, I apologize. This has been a long video, but, you know, I do talk about this, and I wanted to show you that I do practice what I preach. This is how I play, and I have a feeling it's how a lot of you guys play as well. And like I said, if there's one thing you take from my channel, please take this message of you know, show a little sportsmanship, show a little decency. It will pay off in the long run, and you know what? You're gonna have more fun. I mean, 37 and 50. Like I said, that was my KD, and I'm you know, top score on my team. I didn't get the whole server, but I mean, I'm incredibly proud of this gameplay. I played my balls off. I tried hard. I didn't go the easy path. It didn't turn out, but you know what? I had fun. I played well, and it was a good match. You know, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as a video to watch. And you know, I do appreciate you listening. I know it was a long one, but it was one I wanted to bring to you. So thanks a lot, guys. I always appreciate it. Let me know in comments what you think. Always like it if you enjoy it, and I will talk to you soon. Take care, guys.